Welcome back to the Light Renegades. My name is Starr. Thank you so much for joining me today, everyone. To those that might be new, we are the Light Renegades. We are a collective of Pleiadian beings bringing you information from the stratospheres that are ever expanding. We are disclosing cosmic secrets and hopefully bringing forward information that's going to allow for you to stand ever more in your sovereignty and in your power. That being said, if you are here for the first time, welcome. There is lots for you to delve into. There is some channelings from the Galactic Federation of Light that once was now called the Galactic Alliance with us. There is expressions being brought forward from the Angelic Council at this time, which is fronted by Metatron, Michael, and Lucifer, and I know that might split the crowd, but there is a whole expression through the Darkness series that you can go and explore, understanding, I guess, more taboo aspects, more shadow aspects of expression. There is some meditations, and my fellow Light Renegade Anna Maria has been bringing forward information from the Pleiadian High Council and other expressions of, I guess, expanse with regards to everyday expression and what it means to be a soul incarnating at this time that is awake to the negative reptilian influence and Starseed specifically. And I feel like I've kind of dropped this understanding that we were bringing information forward for Starseeds, because I think at the time when I was first awakening, it was all just, Starseed this, Starseed that, and I didn't quite like that expression because I feel like it took away from those souls that perhaps weren't of the understanding that they were a Starseed yet. I didn't understand that I was a Starseed until quite later on in my journey, so I think that I felt like I didn't really engage with content as well when I saw the message Starseed stepping forward. But now that I've kind of come a little bit more full circle in my expression, I feel like I am tapping into this understanding of that I am going to be bringing information forward that is specifically going to align with Starseeds. So that's there for you too. If you've been feeling like, I'm not entirely sure why I'm watching this content. If you are here for the first time, you might want to delve into what a Starseed is, and perhaps have that be, a bit of research that you do stepping forward. And because if you are here, you're receiving these messages for a reason. And if you are here and you think, I don't know why I am here, that's okay. Sometimes I don't know why I'm here either, but you're here for a reason. So just take this information in, and I think make sure that you're doing your own research behind the scenes as well. I would say that if you are here and you're questioning everything, you're exactly where you're supposed to be. I think at the point that you stop questioning everything, apart from a state of surrender, is when you kind of are losing the game, because we should always be striving for understanding a deeper capacity. And you have to take those moments and those wins when you feel like you've had those eureka moments, but as soon as I reach those eureka moments, I'm completely catapulted into something else. And apologies to those that are in real time. Thank you for bearing with me. I still feel like I'm absolutely just, I don't even know, collapsing at the seams behind the scenes, and there is a lot going on in my personal journey that I'm having to figure out. So thank you for bearing with me, and I'm going to try and bring forward as much information that feels comfortable and possible at this time. But I did manage to get a couple of channelings from Chester this weekend. I got a little bit more time with him. I would say 2 to 3 minutes of conversation, but that was enough for me to kind of delve a little bit more into the energy and understand this soul's expression a little bit deeper. I'm going to share a little bit more at the end that has been brought to my attention before I sat down to create this video for you all, because it's been quite an eye-opening expression. But I feel like we have come to a point that I was hoping we would get to a little bit sooner, and this idea of the hierarchy of the negative reptilian order and what that means. And I feel like this is an expression that was brought forward to me at some point, but then it just got lost in the ether of all the other expressions. So I was grateful that it is Chester bringing it forward, and I was quite surprised as to how much he knew for such a long time, it feels like. So I'm incredibly grateful for this soul stepping forward, because I think they have a lot of information and hold the keys to a lot that we perhaps have had a few questions about with regards to those in the public eye. But this channeling from the 11th of October was titled Closer, and Chester started with, "Thank you. I feel like there is just too much to say, yet somewhere I know what I have to share will not make sense to so many. What if I told you that I could split time, reality, and space? They knew what I had found out, and I found myself in a war between realms. I got in too close to the circle, the center, and I got burnt. I'm going to cut to the point, straight to the point. I myself and Chris discovered an underground trafficking rink. We had obviously heard the stories over the years, but we found something out that we truly shouldn't have, and we paid the price for it. We didn't succumb to their desires, and they knew that there was nothing that could be done to have us on side. Once it was time, we were deemed unworthy of anything other than money. We had had our heyday, and that be it. This is something that they don't tell you. As soon as you have a contract signed, you have very little time, you have a timeline. Look around, who's still in the game and who isn't. Those stars that you might say had one-hit wonders. Why do you think that is? They knew enough to not say much, they knew enough to say no. but they knew well enough to keep mouths shut. This is what I wish to speak of, the layers of the system. I saw it all. I had friends in many places, and I was smart enough to keep my enemies closer. But they got me, they trapped me in another way. We wanted no part of what they had going on, and what they've had going on for a very long time. I wasn't aware of the negative reptilian influence. I just knew that some dodgy shit went down in all the parties and all the spaces, and there is a hierarchy to their system. Some do the small, menial other jobs. Some do the small, menial jobs while others take the heavy lifting. I do not want to share anything that will take away from all that has been shown of to be of light, but I will tell the truth, my truth at least. I didn't see light for a very long time. My family were my everything, and I'm heartbroken that I couldn't protect them any longer. Once you get too close to the flame, there isn't much more that you can do. Everyone you see are merely pawns. You know this isn't something new, but it's hard to hold on to. Everyone that you see in the public eye that is highly famous, they are all part of it. I don't want to share this and this have you getting all upset or mad. I just want to share my truth so that somewhere I can be at peace. It is so hard when you know, and you know that there is nowhere that you can go. Believe me, I tried, we went to the highest of high, all authorities, and nothing. They didn't want to know because they knew what it would mean for them and their families. No, they didn't know the full truth, but they knew enough to understand if you speak up, that's it, the end. I hadn't realized what had happened. I hadn't fully understood it all, but I saw it. My friends weren't the same. They had changed. I had changed. I knew that I was fighting something, but I wasn't sure exactly what. I would have dreams, I would see things, but I couldn't put it all together. They make it so that you can't put it all together. I was so confused for a while, but suddenly it all fell into place. It was like one day I woke up. But on that day that I woke up, I knew that I knew that the end of me would be soon. Sometime soon. I just felt it. And apologies everyone, I feel like when I'm trying to get these messages out of late, there is just so much energy that is pummeled into me to make me not want to be here and sitting in front of all of you. I'm going to share an energetic update video today as well, where I'm going to speak a little bit more about energy exchange and what that's meant for me in my present given time. But I was given this information that Chester hasn't incarnated that much as a soul, so he was quite a fresh new soul here, which means he was highly receptive to the energies of the negative reptilian order, but also they hadn't come face to face with this negative reptilian order before in the other incarnations. And I was trying to make this make sense to me. What I was being understood was that, you know, sometimes we reincarnate time and time again to be close to this negative reptilian order. I've been given this information that I'm a soul that has been fighting this, you know, time and time again in different lifetimes and different understandings, but this soul hadn't come this close to the negative reptilian expression. So once they had come this close to it, they could feel like they were fighting something that they just didn't understand whatsoever. And I think that, you know, many of us can relate to this in this terms of us waking up and understanding that the entirety of our life we've just been feeling into this expression that is just so dense in this fabric of reality, because these negative reptilians have had such a strong hold for the time that they have been here. So this all felt completely, I guess, a juxtaposition with where they found themselves in the industry. And this idea of them being an outsider, I think, wasn't just because, you know, they didn't succumb to that expression, but I think that they felt incredibly outside of the expression because they hadn't incarnated many times before. So I think that is why this soul isn't able to be a guide for us here in the present given time. I'm actually getting the impression that they're being rallied up to reincarnate again, which I find incredibly interesting, sat where I am kind of tapping into their energy. So that was quite eye-opening, but I feel like that made sense for them to feel pretty separate. I felt like I couldn't sink into their energy, and I think it's because they're being kept in a space you know, where they're working with their own teams of light is what I want to share behind the scenes. I'm not giving too much more about that, but I feel like they're on kind of both sides right now, understanding, you know, themselves and where they found themselves to be, but also being geared up to come back down again. So I'm grateful to know that they are going to be reincarnating again. I think that that will, you know, bring peace to some that might have been a very big fan of this soul and their expression. I was grateful to know that this was going to be the case. I didn't really want to feel like they were suffering behind the scenes, but I feel like the soul has grown so much in the time that they have had, you know, in their peace time is what I want to say. I'm not really sure what to call it, so I can't really make it make sense what I kind of experience and what I vision when I am channeling. But it feels like they're ready. It feels like they're ready for this next bit, and more importantly, they were just so ready to be sharing more. And I think they've had to really take a stand somewhere against the negative reptilian order in another space for them to be able to be with us. And I feel like there has been a lot that there's been battle behind the scenes. I think there is a lot of you out here that have been feeling this fragmented expression, this fragmented understanding. I think there is a lot that is happening behind the scenes. I feel completely fractured again. I feel completely fatigued again. Dream time has been chaos. I feel like I'm in so many different spaces at any present given time. So that's an expression for some. I'm going to share a little bit more about that in the energetic update video. So please do watch out for that. I'm going to try and put it out the same day I think of this video, if that feels aligned. But I think that's all I'm going to share for now, everyone. I'm going to film another video of this, so watch out for that. That will come out at the end of the week. I'm trying to stagger these videos so you're not just being bombarded with information. You have time to process. I think a lot of you in the collective are processing at such a visceral level. So thank you for being here. Thank you for being the beacons of light, and I really appreciate you all commenting, such supportive comments of late. I can really, feel how much you've all expanded, and it's incredibly beautiful to witness. And I feel incredibly grateful to have so many of you here that are of such a high capacity of energy and understanding, and just continue to fight this good fight is what I want to share. So I hope that you all are well, that you are taking that time to rest when you can, and looking after your mental, mind, and physical body in tandem, and going out and seeking fun. I feel like there is definitely something that I've been lacking of late, is understanding what fun means to me. And yeah, I'm going to share a little bit more about that in the energetic update, so I'm not going to share it here. But that's all for myself and Chester today, and I'll be back real soon. Take care.